Yeah, another turning point or major advancement in Bryan history was the Interurban trolley. When it was established around 1910, 1911, a group of businessmen really, saw this happening in other towns, and it was, today we call it light rail when you go to Dallas or somewhere, but it was basically a railroad that didn't need a really major road bed, just had to have some good tracks that were established, and the first two, terminals were Texas A&M campus right there by Sabisa Hall, dining hall, and right here within sight of the city municipal building here in Bryan, just right near the Claremounts Library is where the station was. And I mean, it ran 2 or 3 trolleys a day, or maybe more than one an hour. It built up to whatever the need was, and they went from little self-propelled gasoline engine type trolleys to running an electric power line along the track and using electric trolleys. It also created, this 5 miles of route, it opened up subdivision potential for residential subdivisions south. Everyone had been living really close into Bryan, just east of downtown and just west of downtown. And all of a sudden you had Dalewood Park, halfway to halfway to College Station. Midway subdivision, which they still call the little area Midway, just there where Sulphur Springs hits at South College, where Martin's Place is. Martin's Place was popular. That was actually the original highway, this Meridian Road, the King of Trails Highway that became Highway 6. It originally is South College and Old College Road, and then paralleled the railroad on down to Welborn and south. And so Martin's Place, Martin's Barbecue today we know it as, that was a store and gas station that sold barbecue on Highway 6, on the old Meridian Road, the National Trail. And so those areas, the Interurban was just behind them. It was Cabot Street is the center of the tracks. Mr. Cabot donated that after the Interurban closed 10 or 15 years later, and buses became more prevalent, and everyone had automobiles at the time. And so Cabot Street is the old Interurban line. That's the route that was purchased for the trackage. When it got to South College, which actually there was no South College down that far, where Hensel Park is north of A&M. But in that area, it started crossing farmlands and into the Boyettes and the Rhodey farm, and they didn't purchase the property, so when the railroads pulled out, all of that Oakwood subdivision and things sort of just covered up any signs. There's not much really sign over there, but Cabot Street is definitely the exact route. But the Interurban, that was there's a lot of advertisement to the A&M students and the citizens of Bryan. The professors could live right down here in their nice big homes and be part of the Bryan city community and still go to teach and back and forth on the Interurban.